So welcome back. We're gonna get the donor running and driving. So the battery's done, but there's only one major drawback. It does not have a charging system because it's just ground. Then that goes up to this weird solenoid my granddaddy put in because I have no idea why, because I think the rats chewed the wires, and that just runs to the starter. So there is no charging system going on here. I think this right here is the charging wire, I'm pretty sure. So I might try to rig the wire back on that positive and hopefully it might be charging. But so now let's put gas in it. All right, there was some gas left in here when I parked this thing, and there's really none in there now, and there's like disgusting tiny rust particles in there. I'm just gonna dump gas on it anyway. The key switch cuts the ignition on, and you have to get this thing and push this in here. So. Take two. Alright, so now we got the battery from the John Deere in here. So I tried putting zip ties around it to hold this together, and yeah, it's not perfect. You just gotta push in and do it. I refuse to buy a new key switch because it works and I don't need it, and it's a budget. Also, one other thing I am gonna look at is the steering is just plain awful. I don't know if you can see that, but the steering wheel moves more than the steering column. So this on down is good. Something's wrong in here. I'm gonna have a little look at that. So yeah, having a little look in there. So the bolt that came out of the steering shaft was really kind of worn out, and that was causing a ton of play. So I'm gonna put it back together. I got a 5/16 bolt right here. One thing I will be doing also is changing the oil. Maybe changing the rear end fluid, I don't know. I'm probably gonna weld the diff in it because it's gonna be an off-road lawnmower. All right, so I got that part zip tied down, so that's staying on there, and trying to wrestle that about so I can screw that down, just so I can have something kind of bolted down. Yeah, this is some monkey rig crap, but I had to screw a board right here to keep this fuel tank from flopping all around, just so it can have something to kind of hold firm against, because there's really nowhere I can bolt this fuel tank down at, and yeah, it works pretty good. Next, let's swap some tires out. So it's dark outside now, as you can see, and I didn't really get a chance to change the oil, but I'll do that tomorrow. But one thing I really do need to address is the charging system. You know, I have to have the charging system going. All right, so it's another day. Yeah, screw that side. I think that's some kind of drain something. I have no idea. But screw it, I'm not doing it because some magical reason I'll never be able to get it back in. So I'm just gonna do it on this side. Of course, it's gonna make a mess everywhere. So this is the oil I'm putting back in it. I'm also gonna put this stuff in there. I put this stuff in literally everything, which is ZDDP. This engine took exactly 1.5 quarts. See that 1 pint right there? It took exactly 1.5 quarts. Because, I mean, I thought it was gonna take both quarts because this is a twin, so it's a little bit bigger motor, but it takes about the same amount of quarts, or same amount of oil as my single cylinder 16 horse. Another budget-ish thing we'll be doing is a pulley swap. But before that, it needs a little bath. Main reason is because it's been sitting out for about 5 or 6 months. So it just magically started raining outside, and I got this thing back in here, and yeah, the floor is kind of dirty. I got on my Go Power Sports shirt, and I don't feel like rolling around the floor, changing belts and pulleys, and I don't feel like doing that. Also, I found this thing just hiding under there with them wires under there. I thought that thing must have just disappeared or whatever. So I got the alternator or voltmeter, amp meter, whatever the heck it is, right there in the original spot. And I got the wires connected up there. That seems to work pretty good. And I actually moved the manual solenoid to this side, right in this little area right here. So, you know, I can get my key and I get my little thing and push it in, and that holds in there pretty firmly, and it'll start right up. All right, so after doing a little bit more time and thinking, I figured out this wire here was just hanging out over there, and that plugs right into there. So, yeah, and that runs to right there, and that goes all around. So I'm gonna take a little break from that, and we're gonna do the pulley swap. All right, so got the clip out, got the pulley out. This actually came off really easy because I did have this off before.
I ain't playing.
Next, let's get a little bit of anti-seize on there. Oh, there's that black cat running around.
Where's he at? To the mower.
This anti-seize because I hate dealing with rusted up stuff. Alright, so I got a pulley on there. I also got the belt on, the 87-inch belt from the original racing lawnmower, actually. I had it just sitting up there, and I wasn't going to buy a new one, and this one works perfectly fine. So I put that on there. The racing mower, on the other hand, that took 2,000 years to do that. You know, this is all rusted up and didn't want to come off. I had to get a flywheel puller to pull the excess thing off, and the brakes, and just, you know, getting around C's rusted belt guides and stuff. It took 2,000 years, and yeah, this is just no problem. So I've been studying some of these Briggs & Stratton wiring diagrams, and I think I got something to work. So I connect this wire up to this plug down there, and when I cut the key on, that voltmeter goes, and then I think I got something there, so hopefully something is hooked up. So I have went through this entire charging system from wire to wire, and it's wired up exactly like my racing lawnmower. I went through, looked up a lot of stuff. It's wired up just like that, and I can't find anything in here, so we're gonna have to remove this cover and see something ground out under there. By the way, here is the entire inside of the twin, in case you are wondering. And the carburetor works perfectly fine, so that doesn't need to be touched. I know it's pretty surprising, right? But I am going to clean off the layer of, just layers of dirt off this thing. Alright, so I kind of fixed the alternator problem. hopefully, let's throw everything back on. Y'all, this area back here actually works really well on putting a jack in. Alright, so that'll be about it for this donor lawnmower because I am tired of messing with the charging system. Something's either grounding out or it's not wired up right or the alternator's dead. I have no idea, but I'm tired of messing with it. So once I sort out the charging system on this thing and get a proper front battery and get the front tires mounted up fine, then it's going to be a pretty good little off-road lawnmower. So, hope you liked this video. If you did, click on the buttons on YouTube or say to click. If you didn't like this video, click a thumbs down twice, because 2 is better than 1. And God bless y'all, and y'all should see me in the next one.